guys, Howard here with Rocks Off from the Exile on Main Street album from the Stones, of course. One of my favorite Stones records, actually. I just love that album. I am in standard tuning, and yes, he does play it in standard tuning. If you pull up some live clips of the Stones doing this over the years, you can see clearly that Keith is in standard tuning, 6 strings and all, okay? So I'm not going to use any on-screen tab or chord diagrams for this like I usually do, because it's just really straight ahead boogie woogie guitar vocabulary, okay? But I will walk you through it bit by bit. So what we have out the gate here is an E chord barred at the 9th fret, right across the D, the G, and the B strings. Standard Stones stuff. So we want to go. So what happened there is my second finger comes down to the 10th fret on the B string, and my ring finger comes down to the 11th fret on the D string. So we're twice on the E chord. Lay the fingers down to form what is essentially an A chord, and then back off. Now we come up to the 6th string at the 6th fret, and the pinky is on the 9th fret on the 5th string, the A string, and we want to pick that 3 times, just those 2 strings. And you can see them muting in between. And then on that 3rd one, I hammered my second finger up to the 7th fret. Now once you've done that, you're going to strike it again. So we have, then hit the open E string, thump it 1 time, be sure to mute it in between so it's nice and staccato, and then play the riff again. And you can see the second time I played it, I left it loose, kind of letting it ring through. That's what you'll hear on the actual recording. And you play it a 3rd time the same way, just letting them kind of ring through. So what we have so far is... into that part right there. So there's more than one guitar on this track, as is always the case with the Stones. And again, I always talk about it being loose, but that's exactly what it is. You just got to keep it loose. But I like to bring in that 2nd guitar part right there. So what I'm doing there is I hit an E power chord, open 6th string and 2nd fret on the A string. Then with my ring finger on the A string, I'm sliding from 2 to 4, then fretting 2 on the D string, back to 4 on the A string, and that's it. And then we connect with the open E string, the 6th string, and we play this. Sort of connecting now with the rhythm guitar part, the main part. And what I played there was an E bar chord, 7th fret with the 1st finger, bar across the 9th fret with your ring finger, across the D, the G, and the B. So I'm hitting the E string once, the chord once, and then each of them twice. So we have... So putting that together, it sounds like this. So there's a little pocket there, a little bit of a rhythm thing. And then Jagger enters with his vocal, of course, and we are on a standard A chord, barring the 2nd fret across the D, the G, and the B, along with the open A string as well. And they basically just let those chords ring or kind of dig into it a little bit. Again, just keep it loose and free, okay? So A to a B, exactly like the E chord we played up here, 2nd fret on the A string, and then barring the D, the G, and the B at the 4th fret. So we have... So that's kind of a cool little rhythm there that you'll definitely hear on the recording. So what's happening exactly with this rhythm is that the E chord is always struck once, just quick staccato jabs. But that open E string has a rhythmic pattern of 1, then 2, then 3, then 2 again. And of course it's muted back here. that's it. And of course, as always, keep it loose because that's the best way to play it. And then we move to the boogie woogie part, okay, which is so that's standard Chuck Berry stuff, right? I'm on the 5th fret, on the 6th string, the 7th fret, on the A string, and then we're reaching over with our pinky to the 9th fret on the A string as well. And just keep your ring finger down the whole time if you can. A little bit of muting, but not too heavy. That's the pattern. 1 and 2 and then start it over. 3 and 4 and. See, I just moved the whole thing up a whole step. Pretty fun and pretty cool to play. And then we move into this. And you repeat, okay? But what I played at the tail end of the boogie woogie chords is I hit an A power chord, once again sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on that A string. And you can bring the chord into that a little bit if you want as well, kind of catching the D and the G string at the same time. Twice, and then fret the 4th fret on the A string, and then an open A string. So it's basically the same idea on the 6th string, the top string. Slide from 2 to 4, fret the A string at the 2nd fret, come back to 4 on the E string, and then open. So nice and slow we have. You can bring in the E power chord there if you want as well. So coming off of that last boogie pattern, it is played like this. And you repeat all of that from there. But as you make your way through the song and you start making the rounds of repeats, you'll hear after the 2nd time, for instance, that they connect with the chorus. And they continue to do that throughout the song. And the chorus is just that. It's the boogie woogie pattern at the 7th fret. And again, they always connect it with this in the front of it and also behind it. Okay, so once again, coming off of here, we will play this. And I trust you can listen to the recording for the exact arrangement. And as a note, that riff is also used as a lead-in into the bridge, which is a kind of strange detour, if you will, from the rest of the song. So that's kind of an interesting part. It's basically just an F sharp major to a C sharp minor. And there's 2 guitars going on right here, one low and one kind of high. But you definitely hear that low major 3rd. especially the first time it hits. So I just play it like that. First fret, or excuse me, second fret on the 6th string, first fret on the 5th string, and then if you can get that octave in there, the 4th fret on the D string. And then I just kind of resolve it to a regular F sharp major. So that's 2, 4, 4, 3, right across the top 4 strings. And then C sharp minor is, we're barring at the 4th fret now. And then with my ring finger, I'm on the 6th fret on the D string, the 6th fret on the G string, and then the 5th fret on the B string. And they just kind of noodle around with this part, you know, so you just kind of do little hammer-ons within the chord. And then there's a higher guitar that's playing, sounds like basically an octave away from it. And this is the same shape as the E chord and the B chord. We're just at the 9th fret now. And it's basically the same idea, just a lot of noodling around. To a C sharp minor. So I'm barring at the 9th fret across the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, and then fretting the 11th fret. You can even just use those 3 because you do hear stuff like this on the recording, where he's coming down on the 11th fret on that E string. Just stuff like that. And then after you do that, we come back to the B chord, the boogie woogie pattern, and start chugging it out a little bit. So there it is, Rocks Off from the Stones from the Exile on Main Street album. And I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Again, I didn't feel it was really terribly necessary for the on-screen tab or whatever. It's all basic kind of boogie woogie guitar stuff. So anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed it. All the best to everyone as always. Thanks so much for watching the channel, for supporting it. I love all the wonderful comments you guys drop off. So we'll see you guys real soon. Bye.